You're one of the old men too, so it's hard to wipe that smile off your face, isn't it?
Yes, sir, it is. I mean, it's I'm at a loss for words, really. Just being here so long and just all the work you put in and just the countless hours. It's great to see everything come to fruition. Great to see everything pay off.
How did y'all play today, do you think, defensively?
Defensively, I think we did a pretty good job. I mean, we knew they were going to want to come in and try to establish the run game. And I think for the most part, we stifled it, try to make them a little more one-dimensional, and they start throwing the ball a little more. But overall, we had a defensive touchdown. I think that was at a great point in the game to kind of shift the tide, shift the momentum, and get us going in the right direction. But collectively, I think we did pretty good. We understood the assignment. We knew what we had to do, and I just think we executed well today.
Even a little bit early on, a little sluggish start, but y'all felt like in control. They took an early lead, but then you tied it and kind of went from there. Did you ever feel like they were a threat, at least in the first half?
I just feel like on our part, when they had their success, I feel like it came from some miscues on our end, maybe not so much of what they did, but I think once we kind of settled down and understood the assignment, had better eyes, just playing within our scheme and playing our brand of football, I think we were able to counter those effects and just keep them out of the end zone as much as possible.
As an old guy, how worried would you be? Were you the younger guys might be a little bit, a little not cocky, but all right, we got we're in, we're going to be conference champs. That they might not be as sharp as you need.
I'm not as worried because there's been a lot of buy-in, especially from the younger guys, and that's great to see. Anytime you have a team that you have so many young guys and you have these older guys like trickling out, and you see them have more and more buy-in. I mean, it's great to see. I think the team is headed in the right direction, but I'm not worried about those guys at all.
This is really kind of a normal game for y'all, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, Coach Jacobs might have mentioned it earlier, but it feels like most of our games during the season have that playoff caliber atmosphere, and all the games through the season have prepared us really for this moment. So even when we were down, or even when there may have been turnovers, or the ball didn't really go our way, we were able to rally around each other and just keep playing, because at the end of the day, that's what it's going to take in the playoffs.
As a veteran, that's a kind of hard thing to have that short memory a lot and play that next play, because there's a lot of times there's a hangover for a play or a series. Is that kind of the biggest thing that you take away from this year? Is that ability as a team, all three units being able to, it didn't happen?
Yeah, that's probably one of our greatest assets. Just have that next play mentality, because we know nobody's going to be perfect. Everybody's going to make mistakes. You might get beat, you might give something up, but hey, just live to play another down. Just have that short-term memory, like you said. Just give us another chance to be successful on the next play.
When did you look at the scoreboard and think, this is it, and start where you can't stop smiling and thinking?
I tried to contain myself. I didn't want to let my emotions get the best of me, because I seen games go a lot of different ways once you let off the gas or once you ease up. So probably about 7 minutes of the fourth quarter, somewhere around there. It had to be the fourth quarter before I actually eased up a little bit.
When you think about it, to be able to do that in November against Furman with something on the line, that's a pretty good statement for y'all to have kind of crushed them, never let them back in the game.
Yeah, they are a great team. They do some great things in all three phases of the game. Hats off to them. They're a great opponent. Anytime you can do what you did today, especially like you said, late in the season, in a game like this type of atmosphere is great.
Because they're coming in here wanting to bring y'all down to size.
Yeah, coming in here, we knew what was at stake. trying to kind of be like the message just being like selfish, so to speak, not wanting to share a piece of the conference, just trying to go out and take what or earn what you've been working so hard for in all season.
I'm good.
All right. So now that we are excited, you guys did the thing. Tomorrow you find out your playoff fate. I guess, how are you feeling? I know you're still coming off of a great high of this, but how are you feeling kind of going into that? That's the next part.
Like you said, it's a big high to come off of. First time doing this in school history, so I think once we get all out celebrating over with tonight, we can kind of gear our focus towards, okay, we just closed one chapter of our season, and it's time to start a new chapter, and it's time to refocus and do any and everything necessary to make the deepest playoff run we can.
Yeah, and do you guys, and obviously coming into this one, it was either co or complete, right? So now that you, I guess, cross the finish line and are the complete SoCon champs, do you think you guys walk into that selection show tomorrow with even more confidence?
Yeah, I definitely do. I think we have even more confidence just knowing that we came into a game that wasn't going to be given to us. We had to go out and take and fight for what we really wanted. Like you said, being cold, it just wasn't good enough. We wanted to get everything out, exhaust every option.
Yeah, absolutely. And Furman obviously wasn't going to just give it to you guys. So talk about this senior night and everything. A lot on the line, but it was kind of like a roller coaster of emotions for a football game.
Yeah.
How was it for you?
I mean, just understanding that I've been for a long time, but just understanding that this is my last senior night. Like you said, the playoffs coming up, so hopefully we'll get another home game. But just understanding everything, just coming full circle, taking advantage of our moment, taking advantage of our opportunities, because one day they will run out. And it was just a great experience. Like you said, we knew Furman was going to lay down. We knew it was going to be, at least in the beginning, it was going to be a hard-nosed game until you insert some type of dominance.
Yeah, and then how would you describe this kind of ending for your last regular season here at Mercer? Is it kind of expected? Is it like the storybook ending that you wanted?
It probably would be a storybook ending, because years prior, like, we come close, but we weren't there. Like last year, we first time making the playoffs, but we didn't have a Southern Conference championship. So everything, and then you have like individual accolades and accomplishments and stuff like that. So it's like you're reaching all these other goals, but you never really got the one, and that's the SoCon championship. So I do think it's a storybook ending.